on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz Phoenix, the YWC reality checking. You don't see my pretty sexy face usually these days, but this time there's actually a reason. AEW stuff, Guapo stuff. Say hello, Guapo.
Hola, mis amigos. Señor Guapo is back again. That's right, we're talking about AEW Winter is Coming. The biggest ripoff from Game of Thrones ever, but you know what? Who cares? This is AEW.
Lame of Thrones 2, Electric Boogaloo. I will say right off the bat, we're not going to talk about the match just yet, but I love the fact that the Winter is Coming font made the fight card graphic between Danielson and Hangman look like it says Wangman.
It could be worse.
That made me chuckle because I'm a child. Anyways, so...
No, it's just a confirmation that Jimmy Wang Yang will be joining AEW.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're welcome.
Everybody's joining AEW. It's fine. Johnny Gargano's going to join AEW. Kyle O'Reilly's going to make the Undisputed Elite. And Kevin Steen is going to be Mount Rushmore guy because the same faction with slightly different members needs 27 names. I'm not going there. Not tonight. So, it's not... We're here obviously...
Or just not right now.
We're here to talk about Winter is Coming, obviously. Kind of cool that they're spreading it over both nights now that they have Rampage to play with as well. Unfortunately, that means there's probably going to be spoilers because it is one of the ones that's being taped on the same night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So stretching out over 3 hours, unfortunately, because cards on the table, as we always are, we're recording this on Thursday. I don't know when exactly I'm going to put this out. I might put this out as the Friday podcast. I might leave it to Monday or Tuesday just to see if anything else gets announced. But as we stand right now, we've only got 3 matches to talk about. If there is anything else huge announced on Rampage, I'll come up here and I'll put a little intro solo vocal thing in here. So if that has happened, you've already heard that, so I don't need to say that. Right now, we've only got 3 matches. That doesn't make for much of a podcast. So I thought I would put a bunch of other bullet points. We can just talk about some other stuff that's happening in AEW because, A, haven't really had a chance to get you on very often because schedules didn't allow, but also I've skipped some stuff and I've sort of fallen off doing the Rampage reviews just because, A, the world is opening up again and weekends are a thing, but also, B, Rampage is very much like the early days of SmackDown, definitely the B show,
yes,
and it's
absolutely.
harder and harder to get excited about.
And because of the time slot's never the best either.
I mean, the time slot is what it is. Like, I will watch wrestling at stupid o'clock in the morning if it's good. But I mean, I got up to watch the Australia WWE Super Show, and that was actually kind of fun. That was 6 a.m. our time. But I mean, it just feels like, this is what we couldn't fit onto Dynamite this week. We'll just throw it on at the end. And 9 times out of 10, it's being taped the same night. So that's literally what they're doing. And it feels... Not that there's not good wrestling on it. I want to make that clear. But it just feels like they do Dynamite, and they scrape off the leftovers onto Friday. And because it's pre-taped and because spoilers are a thing, that's not the most fun thing in the world. I'm not going to lie. They started it off with that being where they introduced CM Punk, and that was also a night that was taped on the Friday, so it was a different thing. That was not the best way to give us an idea of what Rampage was going to be.
Right.
Sorry. I mean, we are getting the debut of Hook on Rampage. If this goes out Friday, we're going to be seeing that tonight. If I leave this until Monday, you will have already seen it, and we'll already know how good it was. He's going up against Fuego del Sol. And there's a tag title match that they should have saved for Winter is Coming, and there's a ladies trios match, and Adam Cole is taking on Wheeler Yuta.
Yes.
And this is where I'm going to throw it to you first, because we were watching Dynamite, but at different times. I skipped reviewing Dynamite this week, because as a go-home show, it's just like, to me, I mean, obviously Trent came back from his injury. That's pretty cool. It's good to see him. Different looks jacked. We got Sue in the minivan and all that. That was a big happy moment. But other than that, it's just like, we know what's coming next week. Here's a bunch of filler stuff to remind you of what's happening next week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is what a go-home show is supposed to do, but it was very... when Jake and I used to talk about NXT, I used to say, like, painfully functional. Obviously, the Bryan Danielson versus Johnny Hungy match was good.
Oh, it was great.
You knew he was going to win. You knew what purpose it was going to serve. He was going to get mistreated. Hangman was going to come out at the end. They were going to have a stare down. He was going to say cowboy shit, and that's it. So all that,
the crowd went wild.
I mean, true. I mean, I do love Daniel Bryan just out there, like, just being a dick. And I do love CM Punk flipping the heel switch just because he was in MJF's hometown. Dynamite Diamond Ring, we're going to talk about later. Fuck my life. But anyways, so what I have to do to give us a good enough bit of stuff to talk about, to sink our teeth into, etc., I just thought I'd pull out some other things that were going on in AEW at the time. But breaking news as of today we should talk about first, because it may become AEW news down the line, was WWE released Jeff Hardy.
Yes, Jeff Hardy was released after being sent home from a house show.
Was in a tag with Drew McIntyre, tagged out and just sort of like wandered out through the crowd. Was replaced for the next couple of shows in trios matches by Rey Mysterio, I believe. That's all the information I have. They've been sent home. Most of the news, and by the news I mean mostly What Culture, let's be real, all of them are saying like WWE has offered him help and he's rejected it, therefore he's been released. Now that would lead you to believe that some of his previous problems have come back to bite him in the ass. Everybody in his camp, like from his family, is saying otherwise. You know, like he's home, he's fine, he's safe. You know, his wife's sort of like, he's home, he's fine, he's with me, fuck off, type thing.
Right.
I don't want to speculate as to it being that. If it is that, obviously it's the same as we talked about Moxley. I didn't even mean to do that.
You're good.
We talked about Moxley a while ago and him voluntarily taking some time to deal with his stuff, and if that's the case here, then obviously we wish him nothing but the best. If it's not, if it's some other sort of personal family thing, if he's got physical stuff he's got to deal with, whatever the case may be, obviously the underlying thought is just we hope he's okay. Like, Jeff Hardy's given us way too much of his body and his life for us to wish him anything but the best.
No, and you never want to see somebody who has been struggling with substance abuse issues struggle with it. And it's always been, you want him to be better. You don't want the statistic of seeing Jeff Hardy pop up in the news and it not be for a good thing.
Right, no, obviously.
And especially somebody who, I mean, I grew up watching, you grew up watching with the Hardy Boys and everything. Like,
I remember him and Matt debuting with the tie-dye tights.
Yes, same.
Couple of nobodies getting double chokeslammed by Kane.
Yes, Matt, what were they calling him? Was it Matt Harvey?
Oh my God, yeah. Jeff Hardy lying about his age to get his first spot on Raw.
Yep.
I want to do this tastefully because I don't want to jump on this just as like selfish wrestling fans. The conversation is going to come around to, is he going to join his brother? Is he going to come to AEW, etc. I would love to see it. I'm very much in the camp of he needs to do what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's what he decides to do, then I'm all here for it. At least one round of the Bucks versus the Hardys.
Yes,
would be great.
I am right there with you for it. Now, I'm not diving into all the like speculations and everything. Recently, Matt has stated he would love to work with his brother at least one more time before both of them retire.
Yep.
As well as has been slightly teasing Jeff coming to AEW to work with him.
And he's already said he's getting rid of the big money Matt gimmick.
Yeah.
But he's still got his faction, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah.
They're being really hazy on that. But.
Yeah. But with that being said, nothing. I know I personally want, I'm sure you do as well, nothing but Jeff Hardy to get better.
Yep.
If this is a substance abuse issue, that he gets the help that he needs. If
he's got health stuff, then deal with his health stuff.
Correct.
And you know what? If it comes out, we hear in a couple months, a year from now that like he just can't do it anymore, then cool, let it sit for a year or so, bring him back, put him in the Hall of Fame. You know he deserves it.
Yeah.
Don't know how they'll do with Matt. I don't know whether they'd put them in as a team, because we know that they always valued Jeff over Matt as far as singles guys were concerned. But if they don't put them in as a team, then if Jeff Hardy's done, then he goes in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Or he's going to be not to the same level as like an Owen Hart or something like that, but he's going to be in that level of conversation of like, how the hell have you not put this guy in the Hall of Fame?
I don't see them. Well, Jeff, I believe, definitely will go in by himself.
Yeah.
I don't see them not inducting the Hardy Boys together.
Yeah. I don't think Matt goes in as a single.
I hate to say it, yeah. I mean, his singles tenure in WWE was never the highlight of anything. When it was focused on, it was a watered down. It was a watered down version of what he did in TNA. That, as well as majority of his single runs in WWE, was fighting against Jeff with the whole Jeff and Edge. Yeah, and the Edge thing was always tinged by like, okay, there's a little bit of realness behind this, so that was always a bit weird. And I might be on an island here, like. You're not going to find a bigger Hardy Boys fan than me. The couple of times that they went against each other, it's not my favorite shit that they've done. Like, everything you wanted, I don't think the best matches against each other were in TNA. Yeah, fair, because they've got to do the creative stuff. But, like, me being a Hardys fan, specifically Jeff Hardy, obviously, because he's the more... He's the character you could dig more into, like, for the, like, whatever you want to call it, quote-unquote, alternative level of thing. Obviously the face paint and the pomp and circumstance and all that kind of thing. So me seeing the Hardy Boys implode at WrestleMania should be the best thing ever. I don't think it was the best thing that the two of them have done. They've done awesome other shit. They helped invent TLC. Like, that's going to be part of their legacy going on. But when they fought each other, to me, it was like... I really wish this was as endearing and engaging as I wanted it to be, and I think they got a bunch of fuck finishes in those matches as well. So, like the I Quit match where Matt just quit because he was tied to a table, and it wasn't so great. But yeah, no. If he shows up in AEW and he gets to do some stuff with Matt, that's cool. If he decides to make a return to Impact, I think there's something with it being a smaller stage, maybe less pressure. It's all pre-taped. It's a small crowd. Maybe that could be something that helps him out. If he does go back to WWE and get like a swan song run there, or if he just decides he's done altogether, it's one of those. I don't want to say thanks for everything yet because we don't know that he's done. Yeah. But if he's done, then thanks for everything. Now, I do remember seeing that there were a couple rumors floating around a few months ago about Jeff's contract was definitely coming up. Yeah. Or that Jeff was not looking to resign, or he hadn't made a decision yet if he wanted to resign, or it was also the points of how happy is Jeff right now. So could this have been also a way for Jeff just saying, you know what, I'm done, I don't want to be here anymore? I don't want to assume that, because I don't want to think that he was so desperate to get out that he was willing to do damage to himself. Like, that gets into an area of speculation that's not comfortable. Necessarily doing damage to himself. I mean, his wife's saying that he's at home and he's fine. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Could he have just, walked out, management got mad at him, sent him home, they already know he doesn't want to be there. Like he's fine, but he walked out on the show. Instead of letting him ride out the rest of his contract, 90-day him, because I don't even know if he had 90... He might not even have 90 days left in his contract. Yeah, but if he leaves early, they're going to put the 90-day no-compete clause in there anyway. Correct. So release him early, and then you don't have to even do the 90-day. That's like the... I don't know if it's true or not, but you've
I know you're not watching WWE, but you know about all the releases that have happened recently because of quote-unquote budget cuts.
Right.
One of they let go the entire group Hit Row that they had just brought up from NXT, and the whole conspiracy was they brought them up to NXT or from NXT to the main roster so that their non-compete would be 90 days instead of 30 days. I'm like, well, that's a bit shit if it's true.
Yeah, that's pretty trash.
If it's true. It could very much be a case of there's way too many creative cooks in the kitchen and the left hand doesn't know what the right one's doing, which isn't any better, but it's a little less devious. Like, I'd almost rather they be a little bit incompetent than them be actual assholes.
Right.
If that makes sense. But yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say on the Jeff Hardy thing. I just wanted to address it just because it landed in our laps today. But let's talk about some stuff, as I would normally do for a takeover. Before we talk about the card, let's talk about what's not on the card. Or at least so far not on the card, pending any announcements that are made on Rampage. Roddy. Right now, Sammy Guevara does not have a TNT title contender for Winter is Coming specifically. But we have one of the bosses, Deep Fried Cody Rhodes, that just came out and said, yeah, by the way, Merry Christmas, I'm going to fight you for your title.
Yeah.
Why? He's in the middle of this big confusing four-way, I don't even know, okay, I want to get your take on this objectively because I'm not going to go off on a Cody Rhodes rant just yet. But I'm talking about not as individual characters, but as a story. Cody, Pac, Andrade, Malachi Black.
Yeah, I could care less, to be honest.
What the fuck is... No, I don't even... Okay, I'm well past not caring. But, like, what is it?
So, I mean, it started off just Cody and Black. Then there was also the whole Andrade Pac thing. And so at some point it crossed paths? I'm not even sure anymore. It's just...
I made the joke when they announced the...
It's not even that you can, like, make a assumption like, okay, maybe they're just doing like, hey, look, it's the two former NXT champions because Pac's a former NXT. Yeah, exactly. It's three former NXT champions and Cody.
Yep.
For no reason.
But here's the thing though. When they announced that tag match, because it's gone beyond the tag match, I could care less about the tag match. Thing is, I really like Malachi Black. I like Malachi Black because they looked at Aleister Black and said, here, copy my homework, but make it a little different. Right? They sort of fucked up Andrade on his entrance, and his entrance to the company, I mean. And now they're sort of bringing him around, which is cool and fine and whatever. I mean, I like Pac anyway, but right now he's a pirate. But if you look at the dynamics of all these people, Cody, Mr. I don't believe in faces and heels, I'm just a guy that's here. And get to that in a second. Pac, as much as he keeps trying to be like the vicious asshole, is a character that everybody loves. Malachi Black isn't really a heel, but he's evil.
Yeah.
If you get the difference between the two things there. And Andrade is kind of there. He's kind of got deals with the Pinnacle. Sometimes he's kind of trying to make deals with the Lucha, I was going to say Underground there, the Lucha Brothers sometimes. Yeah. So he looks like he's just got too much on his mind to be a heel. So tell me where there's a dynamic here. And Cody Rhodes has just said, well, that's kind of a mess. I'll let those guys figure themselves out, and I'll just grab myself another title because I can.
Yes.
Now, here is my problem. Do you remember one of the first conversations you and I had about the EVPs when Dynamite first started, specifically when they introduced the tag team titles?
I believe so.
When they first did the tournament to establish the first tag team champions, the very first match was the Bucks versus Private Party. The Bucks put Private Party over, which should have been amazing for Private Party, but we really just walked away thinking, oh my god, look how nice the Bucks are. They put over these new guys. So even when they tried to make the story about the other guys. It was really about, oh, the Bucks are so nice. Look at what they're doing for the other guys, which is a little nauseating. I like the Bucks these days. We're going to get onto them in a second. Here's my problem. Cody Rhodes is an arrogant fuck. His wife can fuck the fuck off. Congratulations, you had a mixed baby that we've all talked about 10 times. It's fine. Sammy Guevara is one of the most over people in the fucking company.
He is the Spanish God.
He is one of the four pillars, along with Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and Britt Baker. I love the shirt.
Side tangent.
The shirt was good.
What's going on between Punk and MJF right now is fucking gold.
Yeah, the less famous Miz shit is good.
Yes, like.
And I will say, I'm the WWE guy still, but the fact that literally the Miz and Edge now are doing a rivalry to mimic this, it's fun on both sides. Like, I know everybody's like, oh my god, they're copying AEW, and I'm like, yeah, but here's this thing that AEW is doing that's doing nothing but pot shots that are WWE references. So WWE is going to use this whole feud to reference this whole feud. This is both companies at their most petty, and I kind of love it.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it because, yeah, I mean, more famous Miz and Edge, you know.
I mean, it's kind of it's not great because I know you like the Miz, I like the Miz, and both of us like Edge, so it's a win-win there.
Yeah,
Punk's pretty great.
I like The Miz because The Miz will make himself a punching bag. The Miz is a heel that will absolutely make himself look like shit to make the segment or make the match look good. I don't think MJF is that. He's still building himself. He can't afford to be that.
He's not there.
He can't afford to be that yet. So I don't want him to be.
But he's young enough, early enough in his career that it doesn't inhibit him not to do that yet.
Exactly. And I mean, CM Punk is just CM Punk. CM Punk is not exactly going to be emulated by Edge. They're way too different, right? But anyways, getting back to the four pillars thing, right? Sammy Guevara is one of the four pillars of the company. Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, MJF were the four that you and I talked about a long-ass time ago when I was complaining that they were only pushing ex-WWE guys, that they were only pushing the EVPs, and then I was like, here are the handful of exceptions, right? Sammy Guevara is one of those guys. Sammy Guevara was in, I believe, the first match ever on Dynamite against Kip Sabian, or am I misremembering that?
Yes. It was Kip Sabian and Sammy.
So from that to Inner Circle to being sort of the focal point of Inner Circle for a while to now being a champion star on his own and whatever, he's in his own spot right now. Here's the thing. There's two possibilities coming out of this match when it does happen, because apparently it's happening on Christmas Day, which is a Saturday. Is that when they're doing Battle of the Belts?
I guess so.
I'm
not 100% sure on that one.
Either that or it's like there's a random Saturday Dynamite that they haven't announced yet. But my point is, my worry is, Sammy is the star in this match and Cody is the other guy, in my opinion. That's not going to surprise anybody. Either Cody's going to win, become a 3-time champion, and everybody's going to be pissed. Or Cody's going to put him over, and then he's going to convince himself and a bunch of Cody fans, Michael Sidgwick, I'm looking at you, that, oh, look at the star that I made Sammy into. It's like, no.
No, Sammy's made himself into a star already.
Yeah, and I feel like if he goes in there, like the Bucks with Private Party, this is the long-winded comparison that I'm making here, like, if Sammy Guevara beats Cody Rhodes, the story should be Sammy Guevara beat Cody Rhodes. It shouldn't be, oh, look, Cody's such a nice guy. He put over this young whippersnapper. I'm like, the guy is one of the most over guys in the company, and he's already carrying your mid-card title. Fuck off. We need to keep that belt on him because he needs to set the standard of what the TBS title needs to be for the women. We're going to talk about that later. I don't like that this match is happening. The other thing that happened out of that segment is there was a bunch of shit talk between him and Men of the Year. He already faced Ethan Page a little while ago. If this means we are getting Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara at Winter is Coming before the Christmas show, then the result of that is not really in any doubt. If they say you're facing Scorpio Sky, but then you're facing me for your title at Christmas, then we know you're keeping your title until Christmas.
Right.
So if that is the case, like I say, for all we know, it could be announced on Friday night. If it is Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky, then it will be a very awesome match with a very predictable ending, and probably a post-match assault from crispy Cody Rhodes. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it at all. You know who, and I don't think I said this to you last time. I think I might have said this on a Dynamite review. You know who I want to see go, and not win, let me be clear. You know who I want to see go for the TNT Championship in Sammy Guevara is Christian Cage.
Yes.
I think that's such a unique match opportunity because Sammy Guevara doesn't need much help, but Christian is one of those guys that's like, if he sees something that he could help, he will. He's sort of the anti-Cody Rhodes. If you will.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So, do you watch Dark at all?
No.
Okay, well, there's this very young upstart, really good person who hasn't made his AEW Dynamite debut yet, who I think would be a great challenger for the TNT title.
Okay.
His name is Fuego 2. He challenged,
Fuego del Sol 2?
Yeah, this is a completely different Fuego. It's like Son of Fuego.
Okay, all right.
Look, you have your computer open, correct? I need you to go. I need you to go on the Googles and type in Fuego 2.
My computer's slow as shit.
Damn
Okay.
it.
No. Keep talking. Yeah.
Okay, I need you to do this because he's a great person for AEW. Damn it, I can't do this with a straight face. Yeah, I need him to challenge, not Cody. He will.
Is it Cody Rhodes in a mask? God damn it! God damn it!
Fuego.
Okay, thank you for encapsulating all my problems with Cody Rhodes. This is like, okay. How everybody said
Spaz, I know your whole point of you hate it when they give you homework, as in watching Dark, but I need you at some point just to watch the one and only match of Fuego and Fuego 2 versus, I think it was who was it? I think it was Solo and QT or something like that. It's fucking great. Just go into it. You know it's Cody under the mask.
All I'm gonna say.
I had you going for a second.
No, what I'm gonna say is Triple H isn't challenging Carmelo Hayes for the NXT North American Championship. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it there. I do want to see Sammy Guevara versus Christian Cage at some point.
I mean, it's also because Triple H.
Are you gonna make fun of him for having a heart attack?
No, I'm not.
Not anymore.
God damn it.
Because I called you on it.
Sorry.
Anyways, speaking of NXT.
Am I a terrible person?
Let me talk to you for a second. Let's talk about Adam Cole for a second.
Baby!
Absolutely. Love Adam Cole. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about Adam Cole, except I'm not seeing enough Adam Cole. And this has happened twice in a row now, with the Super Click. And yes, I'm coming around on the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks seem to be semi-decent wrestlers. I just saw a Simon Miller video recently that claimed that they have a better super kick than Shawn Michaels, so I might have to fight Simon Miller now. But
I would agree with Simon Miller on that one.
Good lord.
I'm sorry. They have a great super kick.
Uh-huh. Anyways, so this is in no way a dig at the Bucks, right?
Uh-huh. So it's a dig at the Bucks. Got it.
No, it's not, actually. But I need more Adam Cole matches that are Adam Cole matches. Because twice in a row now we've had it where we had the Jurassic Express with Christian Cage replacing Marco Stunt, because that's a thing, versus the Super Click.
Marco's hurt right now.
What's that?
Yeah.
Is he
Marco's
really?
hurt. Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
That is why we have not gotten.
That's why we have Christian Cage. Guess what? You can be non-injured Marco Stunt. You were Edge's friend. You can do this.
Pretty much.
But no, we had those three taking on the Super Click, and the entire time that that feud was going on, what's the thought process? What's the match we want out of that? It's Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy again.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
now, not that I care nearly as much about them, I'm sorry, but the best friends / chaos / we threw in some guys from New Japan group that's there right now versus the Super Click, I'm watching it happen. I watched it happen on Dynamite last night. Yes, we got the return of Trent. That's all well and good. Apparently the guy had spinal surgery. We did
not just get the return of Trent. We also got
Trent
the return
and
of
Sue and the minivan. It's fine. Not taking anything away from that. That was a cool moment. The guy had fucking spinal surgery. He's got my respect. He's back to do some good shit. And his first match, or his first maneuver back in the ring after spinal surgery was to give somebody a spear. My hat's off to the guy, right? But we see all this
edge thing to do.
Yeah, but we see this group on group stuff going on, and what do I want to see? I want to see Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
I think AEW, they do the faction stuff well. They do the faction stuff the same way they do the manager stuff. They do it well, they just do it too much. And nothing really exists on its own. Everything is absorbed into a bigger, wider group thing. I want to see some Adam Cole singles matches. And I will say this is partially a criticism to NXT as well. Adam Cole debuted in NXT as part of the Undisputed Era, which started off as 3 guys, then became 4 guys, etc. He came in to AEW as part of the Elite, got together with the Bucks immediately, did the Super Click stuff, and is also leaning into his, allegiance with Bobby Fish, which I'm assuming is going to add Kyle O'Reilly shortly, right? I
hope so.
So this is something I've carried over from NXT to AEW. So it's not a shot at the Bucks. It's not even a shot at AEW necessarily. But I want to see Adam Cole just be Adam Cole. Is that too much to ask for? On a totally separate note, I kind of want to see Adam Cole versus Darby Allin.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't know.
100%.
I don't know what the situation would be. Like, if it's a case of, like, Darby Allin comes down with Sting, Adam Cole comes down with the Bucks, Sting chases the Bucks away with the bat, because that's what he does. It's a tag team match. Buck and Buck versus Sting and Bat. Fine, cool. Whatever. Do that shtick at the beginning, and then give me Darby Allin versus Adam Cole. Or have him go for some gold while Kenny Omega's gone, because everybody's convinced that they're going to tell that story. I would love to see, if they're going to do group stuff, I want to see the Undisputed Elite thing. Have you seen the leaked pictures of the supposed Undisputed Elite hoodies?
Undisputed Elite.
Go on Twitter. Okay, you made me go on the internet. Now you go on the internet. Go on Twitter images and search Undisputed Elite merch.
All right, hold on.
I don't think it's real, but it's cool.
I know I made the Undisputed Elite joke earlier, or the other day, in a different group chat. Yes, hold on. Twitter's being stupid. Twitter. No, I don't feel like signing in. God damn it. Yeah, that one. Sure, confirm. Is that the right Twitter? Wait, no. God damn it. I don't want to sign up on Twitter.
Alright, just know that there's merch out there.
I'll just add my phone right here. I'll just look at my phone. Hold on. Go ahead and speak.
This is riveting audio, I'm sure. But anyways, no, like, I'm all for, like, the group stuff. Undisputed Era was great. Undisputed Era was the one thing that held up NXT for a long time.
Undisputed Elite. Cole, Fish, O'Reilly, reunited AEW. Oh, that's so fake.
Yep. But it's like, I want it to be I want them to see the fake stuff that's out there and then take that fake stuff and make it real on AEW Shop. Like
I'm sure.
Like, that would be cool. But if they ever decide that, they like Canada all of a sudden, they could give me some Undisputed Elite merch. That'd be cool. Anyways, that's my little bitch fit about that. I want to see Adam Cole in some singles shit. I get like I say, I get that AEW's bread and butter is tag team matches and trios matches and big faction on faction shit. But, like, why does Jon Moxley stick out? Until Sting got here, why did Darby Allin stick out? Like, why does MJF stick out, seeing as they don't really put him out there with the Pinnacle that often? Because these are, like, the few guys that are sort of standing... Like, Moxley has Kingston, but Moxley is still Moxley.
Right.
Darby has Sting, but Darby is still Darby on his own for the most part. Malachi Black was Malachi Black until they decided to team him up with Andrade for reasons. Want that for Adam Cole. That's about the end of that. On to something much happier and much more productive, in my personal opinion. TBS Women's Championship. The semifinals are coming up soon. Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill, and Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho. We know what the final of this should be. Do they like us enough that we're actually getting Thunder Rosa versus Ruby Soho?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have a feeling one or the other is going to squeak into this match instead. I don't think it's going to be Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose in the final, but I think
because that would be just a train wreck of my eyes. I think it's going to end up being Thunder Rosa and Ruby. If it's not, I don't see why. I don't see why not.
Because Jade Cargill is their Ryback.
God damn it.
Am I wrong?
No.
Sit there with a straight face and tell me I'm goddamn wrong. I love it. She's been trending on Twitter the past couple of days because she assumes that the reason people don't like her is, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. Identity politics. Because nobody wants to actually look at themselves and think like, hey, I'm boring as shit and getting a Ryback push. It must be because other people are racist. Anyways, that was the end of that. Here's my theory.
I was trying to think of what the fuck was her name. Cameron. At least she's not as bad as Cameron.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, well, you know.
Here's my theory on this. Thunder Rosa, Ruby Soho, right? I really, because I will say, sort of bubbling up in the background, I think one of the biggest success stories as far as like a transplanted wrestler in AEW, and I'm talking about like since they started, is Ruby Soho.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But I'm looking at Thunder Rosa, and she's played a pretty decent background role for them for a long time. I could see them wanting to give her this as a bit of recognition as well. She was the one that brought the NWA title onto their show so that it could be defended for a while. So I could see them wanting to give this to her in recognition as well. I don't have a problem with that either.
I can definitely see. I can see it go either way. However, I agree with you. I definitely see that they could give it to Thunder Rosa. It won't hurt Ruby not to get it.
No, because here's my theory on this. Because bubbling up in the background behind these two, who's the next sort of challenger that's super, super over? Recently just had a shot at Britt Baker.
Ty Conti.
There we go. My theory is out of these two, Rosa and Ruby, one of them is going to win this championship. They will then go on to defend it sooner or later against Tay Conti. Whoever doesn't win this is going to take another swing at Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Because now, if you tell me, say it's Thunder Rosa, right? Thunder Rosa picks up the TBS championship. She defends it a bit. Her next major challenger is Tay Conti. So then you've got Thunder Rosa versus Tay Conti and Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker on the same pay-per-view card. You going to complain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've put it out there in the universe now, I'm really terrified that the final of this tournament is going to be Nyla Rose versus Jade Cargill. And that match can go fuck itself in the ass. Literally. Speaking of Britt Baker, we know who I'm talking about, all the people I want to face Britt Baker. In the meantime, we know there is a match for her on the horizon with Riho. Riho just had her match with Jamie Hayter last night on Dynamite, which is really good. There was a couple really scary spots in it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. When she went to the for the dive to the outside and Hayter just kind of dropped her, or like she didn't land it properly or whatever, and then when they did the crucifix bomb off the top and Hayter looked like she took it on the head, I was like, I hope they're not both dead. I'm assuming that this is either going to be added to the Winter is Coming show or to maybe the New Year's Smash. Either way, those are upcoming shows. We can talk about it the same way. Riho's a stepping stone for Britt Baker. They're not taking that belt off her anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. No.
And it sounds, for anybody that's freaking out in the comment section or yelling into their own headphones right now, I don't have anything against Riho. I just think you have to be very careful who you put her in the ring with if you want me to believe it as an actual match and not adults beating up a child.
Right.
I really, really badly wanted to make a reference to something that's going on in the real world, but I won't because, beating up children is bad and you might get shot. Moving on.
And the child get away with it completely because you're an idiot.
3 or 4 adult armed pedophiles going after a 17-year-old, you get what you get. That's okay.
You're not wrong.
Somebody's going to miss arm day for the rest of their life.
Oh, God, no.
I will say, I haven't found it yet, but apparently there's footage of him in I don't care. You people out there that think this makes me a terrible person, if you think I'm a terrible person, then you're admitting that you're defending pedophiles. So, it's on you. There was a Zoom call at some point between him and one of his lawyers, and he goes to, how you put your hands on the arms of a chair when you go to stand up, like just, it's a natural motion. Apparently he did that and fell out of his chair. Maybe don't be a pedophile and set whole cities on fire. Try.
Also, don't point a gun at a person who has a gun.
Yeah.
Don't point your gun at another person that also has a gun, because it's going to result in you getting shot.
And then, and at least then learn how to lie. Don't go into court and admit that they didn't raise their gun until you pointed your gun at them. Oh, yeah. Man. I don't care. I'm going to say, we're talking about it. I might as well say it now. I'm a big fan of Steven Crowder. His episode, not this morning, but yesterday morning, was a hour-long sit-down interview with Kyle.
Okay.
It's really fucking good. And you know what? They're because they're on a certain side of things, people are going to assume that it's all like bombastic bragging and shit, and it's really not. Like, it's really, here's this crazy idea that when you're a 17-year-old kid and a bunch of pedophiles with weapons come after you, you're allowed to defend yourself.
Yes.
Anyways, really makes you think that Cora Jade and Darby Allin should be worried, though. The whole skateboard thing.
Maybe.
Kyle Rittenhouse is all elite.
No?
Oh, man.
This took a far left turn.
Between
technically right turn, but whatever.
Between him getting his justice last week and Jussie Smollett getting convicted today, it's a good day. It's a great day to be great. But it's a good day to be an asshole with a really bad sense of humor. Let's talk about the actual card.
I needed Jussie Smollett shit today.
What?
Good for him.
Here's an idea. Don't fake your own hate crime, you fucking twat, and don't pay for it on your credit card. Guapo, the world is shit. This
is why we're wrestling fans.
We need to worry about the Transformers variant. It's fine. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb is actually happening at Winter is Coming because AEW remembered that that's a thing. It's pretty much what this feels like.
I'm very much so looking forward to this match. God damn it.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match.
Here's the thing. I'm looking forward to the match too. Shida's great. Serena Deeb is great. The match will be great. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense.
I'm just there for the match, man.
Of course. No, but here's my thing. What was the major kickoff point of the rivalry between these two? because what's her name? Serena Deeb cheated in a match against Shida, got the win, so that Shida wouldn't get her 50th victory. And it's like, well, they didn't steal anything from her. She's going to have another match with somebody, and that'll be her 50th win, and she'll still have it. It's not like you lose a match and go back to 0.
Right.
It was a very... It was an... okay, for AEW, I will give them credit. It was an uncharacteristically thin story idea. Whereas this is the company that has like deep storylines and interwoven storylines and things that go around for a long time, so we say they've got long-term storytelling. You didn't get your 50 this week, you had to wait till next week, is not a big, gigantic feud-building thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they cost each other their respective matches in the TBS tournament. That's a little bit more of a believable thing. I think Deeb gets the win because she hasn't really had a big moment since turning heel. And if she wants to if she wants to take on whatever babyface holds a title in the next, couple of months, 2-3 months, whatever, whether it's Ruby Soho holding the TBS title or if Thunder Rosa gets the title off of Britt Baker, give one of those titles to a babyface, and then like Serena Deeb goes and chases that particular title, then you've got to give her something in the meantime that makes her jump off the page. Because right now, she's sort of that really good wrestler that was a trainer in the Performance Center for a while, and she's turned heel and then disappeared for a while.
Right.
The match will be great. As you say, you're here for the match. I get that entirely. But we kind of have to acknowledge that that's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have much else to say about that. Oh. And then we got to go on to let me say it one time for the good times, beautiful diamond ring. MJF versus bland performer number 5. Please say something to make me care about this match.
Bland performer? What? Sir.
What?
That gentleman has a name that I can't think of at this moment, but you know what?
Thank you for proving my point. Last week he joined Team Taz, and this week he turned on them. Long-term storytelling in AEW. Yes, he is a great high-flying athlete in a company that is entirely full of better high-flying athletic wrestlers that put on cocaine classics on the regular. He's boring as fuck. I can't listen to a promo from
Dante
him.
Martin is a very good wrestler, sir.
You just had to look up his name.
Don't start with me. It's tired in here. I've had a long day. Dante Martin is a very good wrestler and a gentleman who is at the age of 20 years old, has a bright, illustrious future ahead of him. And this winning of the Dynamite Diamond will definitely help boost his career. Do I think he will win it? No, I don't. But MJF will. Because MJF is better than you, and you know it.
Three-time beautiful diamond ring holder. I want him to keep getting replicas made, and every year he wins it, he just puts another one on till he looks like an old boxing promoter.
Let's be real. He's going to win it 5 times, or at the very least 4 times to have a ring on each finger. Besides the thumb, of course, because that's who has the actual fucking thumb ring. That's weird.
No, I think he's going to go 5 so that he can take one more shot at WWE and be 5-time.
Or 6, just to be one more.
But see, here's the thing. Like, and notice what I said. I've never said, go back, listen to all my previews, go back, listen to all my reviews. I've never said Dante Martin's a bad wrestler. I'm just saying he's boring as fuck and has 0 character. And anything you say about him that is special, I will name 5 people off the top of my head. Some of them I don't even like that do it better. Like,
who hurt you?
I just He was managed by Leo Rush, and I was just, it's okay, very much like the Adam Cole thing we had before. Like, I'm watching the Bucks face, the dinosaur and the other guy, and what I really want to see is Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy, as an example, right? When he was managed by Leo Rush, he was in there having matches, doing his flippy doodahs, making, Mommy, are you proud of me yet? I'm looking at his manager thinking, why aren't you in the fucking match? And I haven't always had the nicest things to say about Leo Rush, but Leo Rush at least has some charisma to go with the wrestling talent. Dante Martin has the wrestling talent, but what's his character? Other than the big obnoxious armband on his shoulder. Which is why he's getting a push.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Let's look at this, right? You've got a great story going with MJF being the multiple-time AEW ring holder. You've got MJF's undefeated streak, which, if they waste it on Dante Martin, I will shit in my hat and wear it. And the Dynamite Diamond Ring is a heel gimmick. It's like, okay, Xavier Woods is the one exception. I will say that right now off the bat, because Xavier Woods is doing cool with the King of the Ring gimmick right now. But the King of the Ring should be a heel gimmick, because it's a reason to go out there and be obnoxious and wear something gaudy that says, look at how awesome I am. The Dynamite Diamond Ring is their version of the King of the Ring, kind of.
Sorta?
Not in the type of match that it is, but in the type of prize that it is.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The only thing about it that, I think I've said this all 3 years now, the only flaw in it is the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal is a Battle Royal that doesn't have a winner.
It does, but it's just
it doesn't.
2 people win.
No, it's here's a Battle Royal, find out who won next week.
Yeah, true. I can agree with that.
But I mean, like, even if I go with the concept, because it is fun, they have various different types of Battle Royals. I've said for a long time, I stand on an island. I really like the Casino Battle Royals. Other than the Tag Team one fell a bit flat. But I like what they do with Battle Royals. They make it work. This is a gimmick that I don't 100% like, but they make it work. But the prize is a heel prize. The prize is going to the heel that's got an undefeated streak that he needs to carry on into a feud with CM Punk. And they're going to give it to Dante Martin, man.
I mean,
why don't they just send him out there in a hoodie?
I don't know. Because, obviously Team Taz is going to interfere in this, and they will be the reason why Dante loses. So, I don't know.
I haven't seen any spoilers for Rampage, but I've heard things, and apparently Hook's ring entrance is, like, ridiculous.
Like, over the top?
Yeah. Like, he comes out with a bag of chips because he's all that in a bag of chips. This is what I've heard. I could be totally wrong. Remember, guys, we're recording this on Thursday night, and it's stupid o'clock already. But
Taz,
yeah. Huh?
What have you done to your son?
My son?
Taz's son. Taz.
Oh,
Are you Taz, sir?
I thought you said Spaz.
No, I said Taz with a T.
Okay.
I didn't say Spaz with an S.
I think Taz is still one of the greatest things in AEW. I will say though, Dynamite
over here.
Dynamite this week was very up and down. The fact that Taz was pissed off about what happened in the Battle Royal and carried on being pissed off on commentary for the rest of the night was fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great fucking character work.
Yeah.
Also the fact that, okay, I'm sure you caught it. It wasn't this week. It was like a week or so ago when Ruby Soho came out, and Taz did the whole like singing Ruby's theme music.
Yeah, he's done it a couple of times,
Fucking
I think, hasn't he?
gold. He did it with the Jungle Boy's theme music too.
Yeah. What's this kid out here doing with all this crazy music?
Oh. Yeah.
Nothing like Baltimore sung with a really, really thick Brooklyn accent.
You're right.
I miss the Taz show. Do you miss the Taz show? I miss the Taz show.
I miss the Taz show.
That's why I have to listen to Crowder instead. Make the world make sense. Anyways, I mean, obviously I'm going with MJF on this. I don't even know if I said it or not, but I said Deeb for the first match. I think Sheeta's going to win because Sheeta's still pretty popular in her own right, which is fine. She's a fantastic wrestler as well, but Deeb needs something. Yeah. MJF needs to win the ring match because that's what makes sense.
Deeb wins it. Deeb wins it, and MJF wins it, definitely.
And Hangman wins it. Danielson, there's going to be... Here's what I'm going to say, right? Danielson isn't going to win, but there's going to be controversy. There's going to be fuckery. But I can't call what the fuckery is going to be. Like, it's not going to be Kenny, because Kenny's off, like, dealing with injuries and whatnot. And everybody else in the Elite is, A, doing other stuff, and B, they don't have the direct issue with Hangman. I mean, the Dark Order could come in and, like, fuck with Danielson for, like, messing them up the past couple of weeks, but they're the baby faces, so I don't really see that happening. I don't know. Like, it's definitely a match that's like, oh, this match is going to be really good. We know who the winner's going to be. It feels like there's going to be fuckery, but I don't know from who. Unless it's Punk? Because he said in his promo, like, whoever wins in that match, I've got next.
Punk's going to, Punk's not going after it until after he beats MJF.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the first time that they've had somebody, like, send a message to the champion and then go establish themselves as the number one contender. What was it? Moxley, when Jericho had the title, he attacked Jericho, and then he went back and fought, like, 3 other people to become the actual number one contender, but we already knew where it was going because the story was already set. I don't know. MJF wins the Dynamite Diamond Ring, gets attacked by Punk after the match. They brawl into the back.
Yeah.
The world title match starts. MJF and Punk brawl back down to ringside. It distracts Danielson. Hangman gets the win. Danielson starts a mini feud with Punk. MJF goes after Hangman.
I don't know. I still think there will be fuckery, but I don't see Punk interfering in the title match. I don't see that.
I don't know, because who else has a problem with Danielson that is of the main event caliber, and who has a problem with Hangman, really, other than Omega, who's out right now?
Right.
Unless there's a debut.
Which
Sting debuted last year, right?
Correct. And I want to say I saw something where Tony Khan said that they have major plans for winter is coming. So that can mean anything, of course. So
they have so much planned for winter is coming that they only have 3 fucking matches announced.
I mean, they're going to probably announce at least 3 or so more. I mean, you got to think it's also in the confines of a just regular weekly show. Obviously, they're gonna film a few more matches with Rampage, but they normally do that. They normally announce Rampage on Wednesday.
That's true too.
So there is wiggle room, of course.
Wiggle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jesus.
Match gets interrupted.
Obviously, the biggest...
Lights go out.
Yeah.
Blip, 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 blip. And comes the Fiend.
Somebody.
Why, you were going to say something, I think, before I cut you off.
No, yeah, I was going to say which called the biggest rumor is that it's going to be Wyndham, but I'm not going to say it's going to be Wyndham.
I still think, honestly, like... If you look at, and I know I keep saying this, we've said this in several podcasts now, if you look at the way he dialed back on the broken mat stuff, I still think, even though it's a smaller company, I still think Bray Wyatt, if he's still going to be some version of Bray Wyatt, maybe go to Impact. And then you can have some interaction. You can have some interaction on AEW, but like under the context of being an Impact guy. I don't think you get as much freedom if you show up on AEW.
Just announced 30 or an hour ago. Johnny Gargano is a free agent.
So Johnny Gargano is going to attack Daniel Bryan, and that's why he's not going to beat Hangman Page next week at Winter is Coming.
Possibly? I mean, I would love to see Gargano. However, I do think Gargano's not going to go to AEW yet.
No.
I think he will pop up at AEW.
No, Candice is having their kid in February. I think he'll be after that.
Yeah, it would be sometime after they have their kid.
You know what would be cool, and I don't think it's necessarily going to happen. I think wait till January. He signs a 1-day contract, has a small cameo in the Royal Rumble as his last way of saying goodbye to WWE, goes away. They have the kid in February. He pops up at the March. What is it? Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Is Revolution the March pay-per-view?
Yes.
Rumble in January, Baby in February, Revolution in March. That's not a bad way to kick off 2022.
No.
New AEW Tag Team Champions, Johnny Gargano and Brother Nero.
I'm okay with it.
See, here's the thing. As much as it would, fuck what's left of NXT, I would love to see DIY in AEW.
I can agree with that, but I don't see Ciampa leaving anytime soon.
Well, he's still the champion, anyways.
He
might not have a... I know we're really off the page now because we've already talked about the show. He may reach a funnel point, though, because if they have nothing else for him to do in NXT, and he's already said he won't go to the main roster, he might eventually... if he doesn't decide to leave, he might hit a chopping block eventually.
Right.
Nobody believed that they were going to get rid of Karrion Kross and Keith Lee and John Morrison and the Iconics and all these, a lot of them were like flagpoles of NXT, let alone WWE. He could drop the title and be like, all right, I'll see you later, guys. Actually, Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly wouldn't be the worst pairing either, because I think Kyle's done too.
Yeah.
Anyways, now I'm just wondering because it's tired
here. I'm currently looking at all of ROH's people that technically are released and are free agents. Technically, EC3 is a free agent.
Yeah. What do you? That's something we're talking about. What do you think about Jay Lethal in AEW?
Oh, I love the addition of Jay Lethal. It's probably one of the better pickups for sure.
You think we see him bring back the Black Machismo at some point? At least it's if he's in,
get something.
If he's in a lighter feud with somebody that he can have a little bit more fun with. Obviously not if he's going for a title or if he's in a feud, but
right.
Because he did the Macho Man thing, and then who did? Oh, imagine if they signed Curtis Axel. Remember when Axel did Axelmania?
Yes.
So if he comes out and does the Hogan thing, and then you get Black Machismo with him, it'd be good.
Yeah. But then we would also need to get Matt Cardona to be doing the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, but Matt Cardona is right now going after, and I don't even watch NWA, so don't ask me how I know this, but apparently he's going after Trevor Murdoch in that title.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I don't know. Some guy I don't know is coming to Destiny because they think he's going to take the Destiny Championship. Some guy I've never heard of named PCO.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. It's one of those weird things where it's like if I'm going to be going to a show where there's somebody coming that I've never seen before, I'm like, Guapo, Jake, who's this person?
Do you actually not know who PCO is?
No.
Ah, well, PCO is what the fuck is his name? Pierre Carl Ouellette. PCO. How do I explain his character?
Well, you warned me about Ember Moon, and you just said awesome chick that does a stunner from the top rope, and that's all I really needed for that.
Old dude, has been wrestling since '87.
He's facing Josh Alexander, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad wrestler. He's just older. I don't know. He's never been one of my favorites. Let's just say that.
Okay. I mean, we're also getting an Impact title match on the Destiny show as well. It's going to be Cody Deaner and Chris Sabin, so that's fun. Never seen Sabin live, so that'll be good. I've seen Deaner like once. This is now just transformed into your Destiny preview podcast. It's tired in here. We should probably stop. Tell them where to find you.
You can find me on Twitter at @guapo_504. I tweet maybe. Oh. And you find me here at the Spaz Phoenix channel.
Yep. I will say...
I would say you can find me at the Black Hat Feline channel, but that's just old videos.
You don't even find Black Hat Feline here these days. But that's more my bad communication skills. You guys that are listening right now, find me in all your audio platforms at Spaz Phoenix Podcast. Find me now on Rumble, Spaz Phoenix Podcast. Find me on YouTube, Spaz Phoenix. But yeah, he's been Guapo. I've been Spaz. We are, as usual, your AEW reality check. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation. Keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I'll talk to each and every last one of you later. But for right now, myself and Senor Guapo are tagging out. Bye, guys.